Testing. Testing 1, 2. Oh, this is way better? Oh my god. Thank god. Just needs to be louder? Yeah, that's fine. I can do that. How's that? Better? Should I just crank the gain all the way up or. Ah, perfect. Yay. Whew. Okay. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Thank you, Orc, for helping me. Sorry for all of the technical difficulties at the beginning there. It's my first time with this new mic, and just needed to iron out well, some fun stuff. Okay. Well, それでは入りましょう。Homestuck. A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April 2009, is this young man's birthday. Although it was 13 years ago that he was given life, it is only today he will be given a name. What will the name of this young man be? Enter name. Zoo Smell Poop Lord. Try again, smartass. Try again. John Egbert. Examine room. Your name is John. As was previously mentioned, it is your birthday. A number of cakes are scattered around your room. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for really terrible movies. You like to program computers, but you are not very good at it. You have a fondness for paranormal lore and are an aspiring amateur magician. You also like to play games sometimes. What will you do? John, quickly retrieve arms from drawer. Your arms are in your magic chest, Poop Lord. Remove cake from magic chest. Out of sympathy for John's perceived lack of arms, you pick up the cake for him and put it on his bed. John, quickly retrieve arms from magic chest. You retrieve your fake arms from the chest. You use these for hilarious antics. You captcha lock them in your Sylladex. You have no idea what that actually means, though. There are other items in the chest. Examine contents of chest. In here, you keep an array of humorous and mystical artifacts, each one a devastating weapon in the hands of a skilled magician or a cunning prankster. You are neither of these things. Among the artifacts are 2 fake arms, currently captcha locked in your Sylladex, 1 pair of trick handcuffs, 1 stunt sword, 1 magician's hat, 1 pair of beagle puss glasses, several smoke pellets, several blood capsules, and 1 copy of Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery, and 1 copy of Harry Anderson's Wise Guy by Mike Cavaney. Some of this stuff may come in handy at some point. For now, you decide to just take the smoke pellets. Captcha log smoke pellets. You stow the smoke pellets on one of your captcha log cards in your Sylladex. You still aren't totally sure what that means, but at least you are starting to get the hang of the vernacular. You have 2 empty captcha log cards remaining. Equip fake arms. You aren't totally sure if equip is a verb copacetic with the abstract behavioral medium in which you dwell, but you give it a try anyway. Unfortunately, you cannot access the fake arms. Their card is underneath the one you just used to capture log the smoke pellets. You will have to use the pellets first in order to access the arms, but this is probably unadvisable, since you just make your room lousy with smoke. Your Silidex's fetch modus is currently dictated by the logic of a stack data structure. You were never all that great with data structures, and you find the concept puzzling and mildly irritating. But with any hope, perhaps you will advance new, more practical fetch modi for your Silidex with a little more experience. Examine Problem Sleuth poster. Is it even possible to get any more hard-boiled than that? You really doubt it. This poster was one of your wisest purchases. It leads to an actual link that allows you to purchase the poster. That's cute. There is a nice spot on the wall next to it. You have been meaning to hang another poster there soon. Read note on drawer. Happy birthday, son. I am so proud of you. This note is rich with the aromas of fatherly aftershaves and colognes. Besides the note is a rolled-up poster. Take poster. Another birthday artifact. You wonder what is printed on the poster. You'll need some way to hang it on your wall. Acquire hammer and nails. They will come in handy. You first place the hammer into your Silidex, but now all of your capture log cards are full. You wonder what will happen if you try to take the nails. You guess it doesn't hurt to try. Take nails. You capture log 4 nails into the top card and push all the artifacts down a card. The fake arms are pushed entirely out of the deck. Oh well, they're probably completely useless anyway. But you probably don't want to do that again, unless you want to drop the smoke pellets and suffer the consequences. In any case, you now feel like you have gathered enough things to get down to business and do some really important stuff. The next thing you do will probably be exceptionally meaningful. Squawk like an imbecile and shit on your desk. This is the dumbest idea you've had in weeks. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And yet, the polished surface of your desk, it beckons. Combine the nails and hammer. You merge the top 2 cards. The hammer and nails are now capture logged on the same card and can be used together. Use hammer and nails on poster. You use the hammer and nails card in conjunction with the card beneath it. Nail poster to wall. You use the hammer, nails, and poster on the blank space on the wall. It's glorious. Exactly what you wanted. The old man really came through this time. Examine Con Air poster. Put the bunny back in the box. I said, put the bunny back in the box. Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box? Examine Deep Impact poster. Morgan Freeman's genteel, homespun mannerisms were perfect qualities for a president residing over a crisis. Oceans rise, cities fall, hope survives. Wow. Films about impending apocalypse fascinate you. Plus, a black president? Now you've seen everything. Examine calendar. You've marked your birthday, the 13th of April. Another day you marked was supposed to be the arrival date for the highly touted Suburb beta launch. Yes, why, Homestuck? It's been 3 days already. It's starting to become a sore subject with you. Eat cake. You are sick to death of cake. You've been eating it all day, and you have no intention of clogging your Silodex with it either. The cake stays put for now. You hear a notice from your computer. Someone is messaging you. Examine incoming message. These program names. You pull up to your computer. This is where you spend most of your time. You decorated your desktop with some rather handsome wallpaper which you made yourself. You are really proud of it. Your desktop is also littered with various programming project files. You are so bad at programming, sometimes you wonder why you even bother with it. Your Pester Chum application is flashing. Someone is trying to get in touch with you. Only one of your chums is logged in. He sent you a message. Open message. Turntech Godhead began pestering ectobiologist at 1613. Hey, so what sort of insane loot did you rake in today? I got a little Monsters poster. It's so awesome. I'm gonna watch it again today. The apple juice scene was so funny. Oh hell, that is such a coincidence. I just found an unopened container of apple juice in my closet. It is like fucking Christmas up in here. Okay, that's fine. But I just have one question and then a word of caution. Have you ever seen a movie called Little Monsters starring Howie Mandel and Fred Savage? But the seal on the bottle's unbroken. Are you suggesting someone put piss in my apple juice at the factory? All I'm saying is, don't you think Monster Howie Mandel has the power to do something as simple as reseal a bottle? Nice naming scheme. Why did the fat kid or whoever drank it know what piss tasted like? I mean, his reaction was nigh instantaneous. It was the 15th day in a row Howie Mandel peed in his juice. Okay, I can accept that. Monster B-list celebrity douchebags are cunning and persistent pranksters. Also, Fred Savage has a really punchable face. But who cares about this? Let's stop talking about it. Did you get the beta yet? No. Did you? Man, I got 2 copies already. But I don't care, I'm not going to play it or anything. The game sounds boring. Did you see how it got slammed in Game Bro? Game Bro is a joke, and we both know it. Yeah. Why don't you go check your mail, maybe? It's there now. All right. Maybe it's there now. That's a sentence. Look out window. You see the view of your yard from your window. Hanging from the tree is your tire swing. In a kid's yard, a tree without a tire swing is like a proper gentleman without a monocle. That is to say, he can hardly be considered a terribly proper gentleman at all. And there beside your driveway is the mailbox. Examine mailbox. Ah! The little red arm swingy dealy thing, or whatever it's called, is flipped up. What the hell is that thing called anyway? You do not have time for these semantics. The red flippy lever thing means you have new mail, and that means the beta might be here. Go outside and check mailbox. You are about to hurry downstairs when you hear a car pull into the driveway. It looks like your dad has returned from the grocery store. Oh, great. He's beating you to the mail. Forget it. Check mail later. If you go downstairs to check it, he will likely monopolize hours of your time. You decide to chill out up here for a while until the dust settles. Sometimes you feel like you are trapped in this room. Stuck, if you will, in a sense which possibly borders on the titular. And now your chum is pestering you again. The clockwork of friendship turns ceaselessly, operating the swing lever dealies of harassment and perpetuity. Whatever. The dude can just hold his damn horses. Examine games on CD rack. You've put countless man-hours into this assortment of quality titles. Bard Quest. The Caper Havers. Problem Sleuth. And It Don't Stop, also known as It Keeps Happening. What? Is that a pumpkin? What pumpkin? Ghostbusters 2, MMORPG. That certainly won't be plot relevant later. Little Monsters, the Konami game for Nintendo. Pumpkin? What pumpkin? Harry Anderson, Call My Bluff. Read Colonel Sassacre's daunting text. Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical drapery. You decide to consult with the Colonel's bottomless wisdom. Good grief, this thing is huge. It could kill a cat if you dropped it. But to really dig into this hefty book, you will have to captchalogue it. You are not sure you are ready to logjam your other artifacts beneath it just yet. Captchalogue fake arms, again. What did you just say? You don't want to clog up your... Oh, Jesus. In a momentary lapse of concentration, you accidentally captchalogue the arms again. Set Pesterchum's status to bully. You don't think the situation is quite dire enough to go all the way to rancorous, but you still feel the Pesterchum client should reflect your mood change in some way. Bully will have to do. You guess. This, unsurprisingly, does nothing whatsoever. Oh, right. You forgot your chum is still pestering you. Answer chum. Is it there? Please say yes. Maybe you can play with TT. She's been pestering me all day about it. She's macking on me so hard all the time, I start to feel embarrassed for her. I mean, not that I can blame her or anything. Yes, it is understandable because you are really attractive. I am attracted to you. Thank you. JK, haha. Haha. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. No, I don't have it yet. My dad has the mail, and I guess I have to go get it from him and see if it's there. And I've been busy spending all afternoon shitting around with my stupid Silodex. It's so frustrating. What's your modus? What? How do you retrieve artifacts from it? Oh, like one at a time, I guess? And if I put too much in, something falls out. Stack? What's yours? Hash map. My bro taught me a few tricks. He basically knows everything and is awesome. What the hell is that? You should probably brush up on your data structures. I guess. Did you at least allocate your strife specibus? No. It could free up a card for you. Plus let you attack stuff whenever things get too hot to handle. Which is never. What have you got? Well, I've got a hammer, but it's trapped under some arms. Wow, you really suck at this, don't you? Just get rid of the arms and then allocate the hammer to the specibus. How? I don't know, just use the arms on any old thing and see if it works. Combine fake arms with cake. You stick the fake arms in the cake on your bed. This definitely makes the cake at least 300% more hilarious. You're sure Colonel Sassacre would know the precise index of elevated hilarity. Allocate hammer to strife specibus. Oh. Thank you for following me. Oh, thank you so much. Recursive? Nice name. You check the back of your strife specibus for the kind abstractus you have in mind for it. Select hammer. Your strife specibus has been allocated with the hammer kind abstractus. The hammer has been moved from your captcha deck to your strife deck. Report progress to TG. Okay, I did it. Hammer kind? Yeah. Okay, that will be the permanent allocation for your specibus. I guess I should have mentioned that. Hope you like hammers, dude. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I can't imagine it's going to be all that relevant. Captcha Kernel's Big Book. Now that you've got some space in your Celodex to work with, you figure you might as well start squandering it immediately. Ordinarily, this ridiculous book would be way too heavy to carry around in any practical way. You guess maybe this is one respect in which the cards present some convenience. Examine Game Bro magazine. Why, the game of the year or whatever isn't as good as some other stuff I like that's better. Read article. So, okay. Suburb is this game that a lot of cats seem hella pumped at. And this beta is sitting on my desk for a review, so I'm like, yeah, man, I'll write something. But I don't know. I'm like, so this is about houses or some noise? That's fine. I'm sure that's like fucking dynamite in a handbag for some brosifs. But all I'm saying is, when you get to thrash anything, while you're playing house or some shit, are you ever in jeopardy of getting mud on your doll's dress or whatever from busting out, and I quote, the mad stunts all wicked up ins? Know what I'm saying, bro yo ma? I didn't actually play this game, but I gave it 1.5 hats out of 5 hats to keep it real. At this point, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Dennis, who was over the other day. We were gonna chill in front of The Dark Knight, and he was so psyched on it, y'all. So this one time, he was leaning against the screen door and the shit popped open. And the back deck was wet, and he slipped down the steps and broke his thumb on the lawn. It wasn't a long fall, but hey, I guess a thumb bone wasn't made for supporting the brunt of whatever a huge, useless tool it weighs against wet grass. I never did watch Dark Knight on account of Ron trucking his bawling candy-ass girth to the hospital. But it's cool. I got another watch in me, Brotel Rwanda. Bro notes. Dennis was so wasted. Haha. I mean, damn. Captcha Game Bro. It might come in handy if you ever need something that burns easily. Captcha Magician's Hat. You expend your final card on the Magician's Hat. Get funny glasses, too. You don't have a free card in your Silodex. However, you are able to merge the Beaglepuss with the Magician's Hat to create a clever disguise. Beautiful. Wear disguise to fool Dad. John? Who is this John you speak of? You are quite certain there has never been, nor ever will be. Yeah, this is a really shitty disguise. While you are wearing the items, they remain on the card, but it is temporarily removed from the deck, thus freeing up the cards beneath it. Leave room. You exit into the hallway. Oh, that looks familiar. On one wall hangs a picture of a fella who sure knows how to have a laugh. A man after your own heart. You always thought he looked a lot like Michael Cera. But your dad swears on the many hallowed tombs of Egypt that it is not. You're not sure about that, though. On the other wall is one of your dad's stupid clowns. Or harlequins, as he is quick to correct anyone who would venture such brazen assumption. Go downstairs. The accursed odor of fresh baking wafts into your newfound nostrils. Something is brewing in the kitchen. It must be the connivings of your arch nemesis, Betty Crocker. Which links to the actual Wikipedia page for Betty Crocker. And the rich, buttery aroma of her plot stinks to high heaven. This mission is going to be more difficult than you imagine. Betty Water? Oh my. Terms of service, geez. Admire harlequins. You check out the shelves of fanciful harlequins. Look at this fucking garbage. You hate this stuff. Funny is funny, but your dad can sure be a real cornball. Sometimes, at night, you pray for burglars. Examine fireplace. Did the Betty Crocker page mention Homestuck? I bet it still does. It has to, under references. There's no way they got rid of that. Examine fireplace. A bright orange flame flickers in the fireplace. It doesn't matter that it's April and not terribly chilly outside. In a home, a fireplace needs a fire because that's what a fireplace is for. A fire belongs in a fireplace, damn it, categorically, at all times, without exception. Oh, that's a shame. As domestic myth of unaccountable origin holds, a home borrows the spirit of the flame for as long as it makes a guest of it, much as the moon takes liberty with the sun's rays. The moon's an errant thief, and her pale fire she snatches from the sun. Mark Twain. You are almost certain that Mark Twain said that. Toss Game Bro into fire. It doesn't burn as quickly as you hoped. Each Game Bro magazine is guaranteed to be printed on 40% recycled asbestos. For big ups to Mother Earth, yo. Fondly regard cremation. Oh. Wow. That's a terrible pun. You examine the sacred urn containing your departed Nana's ashes. When your father gives her portrait a wistful glance now and then, you can tell it brings back painful memories. A tall bookshelf, a ladder, an unabridged Colonel Sassacres. He never wants to talk about it. Topple urn. You clumsily mishandle the sacred urn. Ash is everywhere. In retrospect, upon mulling cinematic tropes regarding ash-filled urns, this outcome was a virtual certainty. You'd probably better clean it up before Dad finds it. Combine father's pipe with clever disguise. Oh, yes. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't want to put Homestuck spoilers on the Betty Crocker Wikipedia page. You think now would be a good time to beef up your clever disguise. Examine oversized gift. Champ. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. I believe in you. Contemplating what could be inside this package is sort of exciting, but it makes you a little nervous at the same time. Open large present. Oh, hell no! Captcha log ashes. First, you prop the Harlequin doll up on the couch. Having it in the middle of the floor sprawled out all akimbo like that struck you as unseemly. You captcha log the ashes to your available card. One moment. Combine ashes with urn. You merge the sacred urn with the ashes. Most of the ash is back in the urn, but it's a total mess. Really, it probably would have been tidier if you just used a broom and a dustpan. It links to a Google search for beagle puss. Oh my god, yes! That's incredible. Hell yes. Hell fucking yes. Put urn back. No one will be the wiser. Except maybe for people with eyes. Go get fake arms again. You just got another brilliant idea for something to do with those pointless arms. You pry them out of the cake and captchalogue them. Looks like Pesterchum is acting up again. Examine third and fourth walls of room. Aha. Face Off, huh? I hear that's a pretty good movie. Not that I've ever seen it, but it seems like it would be a good movie. If I were to watch it, might even be one of my favorite movies. Check Pesterchum. Another one of your chums is messaging you. Um, Zoom in on Nick Cage copping a face feel. um, I'm certainly not a first timer, and it doesn't seem like anyone in the chat is, unless you are Poketoa. Check message. I understand you have recently come into possession of the beta release of the Game of the Year, as featured in respectable periodicals such as GameBro magazine. That's an ugly rumor. Whoever told you that is a filthy liar, and you should probably stop hitting on him all the time or whatever. I can't control myself. I must have a weakness for insufferable pricks. Anyway, I still haven't checked the mail. My dad has it. I'm trying to go get it from him, so BRB. This is your last time recursive? Oh, well, I'll have to make it a quality one. yes, I did. Well, if you would like to stick around to the end, I will be reading all of Homestuck and also, hopefully, all of what's beyond that. So, post canon epilogues, Hive Swap Friend Sim, Pester Quest, the works. So, if you're in it for the long haul, I'm going to be doing the long haul. Probably won't do Bard Quest though, unless I get enough requests. John. What? You're wearing one of your disguises now, aren't you? You are typing to me right now while wearing something ridiculous. Uh, no. Why would you even think that? That's so stupid. Okay. Why don't you go get the game from your father? All right, wish me luck. Oh, by the way, just kidding. I was wearing a funny disguise this whole time. Gotcha. I know, John. Indeed it is. Go back downstairs. You can now execute that brilliant idea you had. There should be just enough frosting on the fake arms to serve as an adequate adhesive. Attach arms to doll. You don't care what Colonel Sassacre says. That just makes it at least 1,000,000% funnier. Okay, cursed that there's a Yiffany post right before a Cod Pieces post. Deeply cursed. Yes, Dark Cage is the best way to join Homestuck. That was the plan. To give you a boner. And you got one. Inspect burnt paper on the floor. Broblerone. You put this back in the fire where it belongs. Certainly, nothing about this character will ever be affected by this product. Certainly. There's no way. Definitely not. Throw present wrap in fire. As long as you're cleaning up. Captcha doll. You can carry hefty items, but that thing is just way too big. Get real. Besides, they don't even want it. You don't even want it. Nyeh. Read Colonel Sassacre's text. The creepy crawlies. Hell's bells, we are having a mighty sporting time of it. Hold fast, my intrepid fellow pranksmiths. We've merely nicked the mahogany of our japing chests. If I may direct the incisive ogle of your beagle puss to the wriggling regency of rubber bugs, plastic parasites, squirming serpents, pliable pests, and every such order and phyla of creepy crawly. Land sakes alive, we are cooking with petrol now. In further exhibits, we shall dwell on artifice useful to your exploits. Is your pappy's rod and reel handy? What about a bit of iron cord? It shouldn't prove elusive. Bring those writhing rascals to life, and set the nerves of some old maid be the wreck of Hesperus. Do you have a bothersome aunt who never seems troubled to find ways with your sunny afternoon? A broad, splintery fence, a bucket of whitewash, perhaps? By gum, you'll fix her wagon. And what of that tawny gent who puts his lackadaisical lean near the sarsaparilla font? You'll have that listless roustabout find the spring in his step just yet. Yes, the images are not very easy to see. That's unfortunate. Got through it somehow. You thought about consulting the text to determine exactly how hilarious the doll is now. But this text is way too big to navigate in a timely fashion. You decide to forget it. I do not have pixelated image scaling on. I did not know that was a thing. Truly. 1 second then. I will have to figure out how to do that. Pixelated image scaling turned off. Thank you. Oh my, that's much better. Thank you so much. Find Dad and retrieve mail. The door on the left leads to the kitchen, from which the smell of baking wafts, a powerful aroma which could lift an especially portly hobo off his feet. The door on the right leads to the study, where your dad spends a lot of time. He could be in either room. Where will you go? Go in the study. It doesn't look like he's in here right now. Examine Father's desk. On the desk is a deck of playing cards, one of your dad's pipes, the April issue of the Serious Jester magazine, and a stray captcha card. There is also a can of peanuts on the desk. Oh, Dad, you won't be falling for that one again anytime soon. A severe peanut allergy is a terrible affliction to cope with. Upgrade costume with hat from Hat Rack. You swap the magician's hat with the bowler hat. This disguise is somewhat less funny, but a lot more distinguished looking. Combine second pipe with clever disguise. Your dad maintains numerous pipes around the household. A father without a pipe is like a strapping roughneck without a toothpick. That is to say, he is a rather piss poor excuse for a roughneck, if you ask me. You'd rather not take the pipe, though. The first one tastes bad enough as it is. How you suffer for your comedy. Examine captcha log card. Yes! This will be perfect for expanding the space in your Scylla. Captcha log card. Ah! John, play haunting piano refrain. Showtime. John, play 52 pickup. Listen to Reggae tickle the keys. Ah, beautiful song. And I'm sure that'll be the last we hear of that leitmotif. You play the prankster's favorite card game, even though you are alone in the room, thus rendering it an especially foolish version of solitaire. Wait, no audio? No. Here, let me... There we go. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, this is a Malcolm Brown piece, too. That's wonderful. This piano refrain is haunting me. Literally. Wait a minute. What's up? Yep. Oh, it's a bit loud? Here, I can adjust the gain. Let me know if it's still too loud on the next time. Play 52 pickup. You play the prankster's favorite card game even though you are alone in the room, thus rendering it into an especially foolish version of solitaire. So stupid. Look at this mess. The peanut gallery over there is getting a kick out of it. You are allergic to their scorn. Attempt to leave the house. You go back into the living room and contemplate checking the mailbox outside. You think perhaps you should exhaust all possibilities before plunging headlong into a dad encounter. Your television is currently airing a commercial. That makes sense. So, Regami, whichever one is the correct pronunciation, was the one who turned it into a refrain. But Malcolm Brown is, as with many of the pieces in Homestuck, the original composer. Thank you. It's a lovely piece of trivia. Exit. You exit the house. Check mail. Predictably, the mailbox is empty. You've already been scooped by your father. They went on to work on Celeste? Oh, that's wonderful. Proceed. The streets are empty. Wind skims the voids, keeping neighbors apart, as if grazing the hollow of a cut reed, or say, a plundered mailbox. A familiar note is produced. It's the one Desolation plays to keep its instrument in tune. It is your 13th birthday, and as with all 12 preceding it, something feels missing from your life. The game presently eluding you is only the latest sleight of hand in the repertoire of an unseen riddler, one to engender not a sense of mirth, but of lack. His coarse schemes are those less of a prankster more than a common pickpocket. His riddle is absence itself. It is a mystery dispersing altogether, like the moon's faint reflection, with even one pebble of inquiry dropped in its black well. It is the most diabolical riddle of all. Absence diminishes little passions and increases great ones, as wind extinguishes candles and fans a fire. Walt Whitman. Yes, you are certain Walt Whitman said that. 100% positive. You have a feeling it's going to be a long day. Leave a surprise for the mailman. Is anyone currently in the chat, capable of being spoiled by Homestuck? Yes, Walt Whitman, the Breaking Bad guy. You're absolutely correct. Also, how is the audio on that? Does it need to be turned down anymore? Okay, thank you. I do not believe anyone in the chat has been is new to Homestuck. However, if so, should probably avoid spoilers, just in case, because I do not know who our mysterious fourth viewer is. Leave a surprise for the mailman. I only have the stream manager up, so I don't think it's counting me. No! See if your father left the mail in the car. The door is locked, and your dad has the car keys. You peer in through the driver's side window. Indeed, the unseen Riddler, our peanut gallery. I am allergic to their silence. You don't see any mail, but you do see a green package. There is also something underneath it that looks like a piece of paper. Could these items have come in the mail? You don't see anything else that's usually in the mail, like bills and coupons. Maybe your dad forgot to take this stuff inside. Spy in the kitchen. You try to get a gander through the kitchen window, but you can't see a whole lot. It seems your dad has been doing so much baking the glass is steamed up. God, he is so weird. But you can see what's on the table just beside the window. It looks like the mail's there. Included among it is a red package, some bills, your dad's PDA, and an envelope that appears to be suspiciously labeled with the Spurb logo. Could it be? Unfortunately, the window is locked. Go back into the kitchen. You have no other choice. You are going in. Clever disguise, it's time to work your magic. Enter. Oh no. Your dad sees right through your costume. You don't know what you were even thinking with this foolish ruse. You unequip the clever disguise. Your dad wields a dreaded artifact of confection. He stands between you and the mail. There is only one way to settle this. Oh my. Prolific contributors to Homestuck indeed. Strife. Aggrieve. Auto pastry. Abjure. Yep. Guardian Rubric, Coddlebrand, Dote Smite. Retrieve the package and flee to your room. You cannot abscond. This pesky guardian is blocking your path. You will need to engineer some sort of distraction. And now he brandishes yet another artifact of confection. The man is ruthless. You'd better brace for impact in the most comedically striking fashion possible. Equip disguise for defense. The Beagle Aegis absorbs the brunt of the treat. It looks like Dad will enjoy the prankster's gambit on that exchange, as is usually the case. Captcha-log pie tin. You take the pie tin and unequip the Beagle Puss. Everything in your Sylladex is pushed back a card. The smoke pellets are ejected from the deck. Yes! This could be just the distraction you were... Nothing happens. What a huge letdown. Take the cake. A seed. When two great forces oppose each other, the victory will go to the one that knows how to yield. Oscar Wilde. Wise words by a man who could likely resist everything but temptation. The cake forces Colonel Sassacre's text out of your Sylladex. Sassacre, you beautiful bastard! Now's your chance! Abscond. Now that Dad is busy placating the smoke detector, you can safely sneak away. Take PDA. You snag your dad's PDA. Maybe later you'll switch the background image to something hilarious as a prank. Besides, it may come in handy later. Your spare Captcha-log card is forced out of the Sylladex and consequently integrated with the deck. You now have 5 cards to work with. Take package. This red package is addressed to you. Take envelope. You get the Spur Beta. Exit kitchen. Get cake on couch. You Captcha-log the cake on the couch, expelling the pie tin from the bottom card. Tie pin. Oh my god. Combine the cakes to make a double-decker cake. You then merge the 2 cakes across all 5 cards. Everything in your Sylladex is smushed between the cakes. Why don't you think these things through first? Retreat upstairs. You pause at the juncture and head down the hall. You are going to need something to clean up the mess you are about to make by dissecting this cake. To the left is the bathroom. To the right is your dad's room. It is locked, and you are forbidden from ever entering. He has secrets. Go to the bathroom and grab a towel. Metamorphosis. You enter the bathroom. You can see your backyard from the window. The jewel in its crown is the swing set, which has provided you with years of joy. There is also a spring-mounted pogo ride, which has been responsible for more than one painful injury, and has provided you with years of lament. On the sink is your dad's razor. On the rack to the side is a fresh towel. Remove PDA, envelope, and package from cake. You take the razor and use it to perform surgery on the cake. You take the towel and clean off the extracted goods. The items force the manhandled cake into the toilet. And just like that, your Silodex is full again. God, this thing is annoying. Go to bedroom. Admire failure to launch poster. You're not usually into chick flicks, but Matthew McConaughey's cool charisma could salvage any heap of smoldering wreckage. This is your McConaughey wall, a casual shrine to an amazing actor. The film above that one is a lot better, you think. Can you see her? I want you to picture that little girl. Now imagine she's white. You got us, Matthew. Your smooth talking exposed our latent racism. Damn, you are good. Didn't even mention contact. Ugh, shame. John, check pester chum. Oh. Garden Gnostic began pestering ectobiologist at 1634. Hi, happy birthday, John. Hello? Okay, I will talk to you later. Garden Gnostic ceased pestering ectobiologist at 1656. Turntech Godhead began pestering ectobiologist at 1640. Hey, Gigi is looking for you. Why are you even so popular all of a sudden? Is today some sort of special occasion or something? Did you do something to curry favor with the ladies? Did you break your leg on a puppy or some shit? Dude, what are you doing? Turntech Godhead is now an idol chum. I discovered a comet that's going to destroy the Earth, and it was named after me. Now I am famous, and everyone wants to talk to me a lot. No, stop. Just no. Don't talk about your awful, stupid movies or make references to them. Your gross man-bro crush on Matt McConaughey is an unsavory thing to behold. McConaughey. Sounds like a noise a horse would make. I.e. dumb. Equally dumb are all those pictures of that clown you've got hanging up. Those are my dad's. I was talking about Nick Cage. Oh, what? No, man. Cage is sweet. So sweet. So lame. You don't even like him ironically or anything. This is like for real, isn't it? I do things ironically sometimes. What about what I sent you for your birthday? No, those are awesome. What? No, they're stupid. Which was the joke? The ironic joke. Get it? Wait. You're actually wearing them, aren't you? I'm wearing them ironically. Because they're awesome. And the fact that they're ironic makes them awesome. And vice versa. Are you taking notes on how to be cool? Jesus, get a fucking pen. You do realize they touched Stiller's weird, sort of gaunt face at some point. Ew, yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, speaking of which, did you get the mail? Yeah. Did there happen to be a package there? Yeah, there's a big red one. You should probably open it. I would, but it's trapped under the Spurb beta, so I will probably open it after I install the beta. Oh man, the beta came. Yeah! Want to play it? No way. Why not? It sounds so hells of boring. Just get TT to play it. She's all about that. Where'd she go? Her internet is blinking in and out, I guess. Probably be back online soon. Oh, and Christ in a sidecar. Are you still using the stack modus? Seriously, dude. You need to bone up on your data structures. That shit is just ridiculous. Okay, I will. Yes. When Dave was introduced, also known as when the actual webcomic appeared in the webcomic. Speaking of the webcomic appearing in the webcomic, open browser and go to mspaintadventures.com. You decide to space out on the computer for a while before doing anything important. You open the Typheus web browser and direct it to what is indisputably the most amazing website ever created. The new adventure is okay. You're not sure if you like it as much as the last one. You are members of a sinister gang called the Midnight Crew. Your nefarious plots are serpentine in their complexity. Your schemes convoluted. You are planning a heist in your underground hideout. What will you do? Install the Suburb Beta. You decide it's time for less meta and more beta. You insert the CD and install the Suburb Beta. Spurb version 0.0.1. Skynet Systems Incorporated, all rights reserved. Spurb client is running. Waiting for server to establish connection. What the fuck is this? Bone up on data structures. Data structures. Discrete mathematics. Carrot cake. Till death. Disasterisk. Automata. Automata? Probably automata. You go to your closet, where you keep a lot of clothes and an array of handy computer programming guides. Yeah, till death. That's definitely not going to be important. Read Data Structures book. Data Structures for Assholes by Buckminster Funny Uncle. I think my rage just crapped its pants. Your ignorance just made me throw up a little. Get a clue, you computer illiterate piece of shit. Free fetch modus in back. You're not sure you really want to dig into this huge tome. It looks really boring and kind of ornery. Maybe you'll just check out that free modus instead. Get free fetch modus. You turn to the back inside cover, where a free fetch modus is included in a plastic sleeve. This one is dictated by the logic of a queue data structure, operating on a first in, first out method, rather than a first in, last out method of a stack. Apply fetch modus to Sylladex. Items captchalogued in your Sylladex are no longer immediately accessible. You can only use the item on the bottom card, and must wait for items on upper cards to be pushed back to it. For instance, the red package is now inaccessible. You can only use the razor at the moment. This modus doesn't strike you as a significant upgrade to your previous one. In fact, it almost seems more inconvenient. You figure you might as well give it a chance, though. Switch back to stack modus. You suddenly wonder if this is even possible. You don't even remember if you ever had a physical card for the stack modus. You find this all to be a little abstract, and you'd prefer not to think about it too much. Put down razor. Put it down? You're not quite sure you understand. Pick up 2 items. You captchalogue one of the cakes. You finally found a use for all of these loitering pastries. Dead weight. Get other cake. Oh, the hair! The second cake causes the razor to launch out of the front of your Sylladex. Oh, good lord. That beautiful face! You wish the razor would have failed to launch. Get more stuff. You open your magic chest and captchalogue one of your favorite books of all time, Wise Guy by Mike Cavaney. There goes the fresh towel. Might as well grab those cuffs. A Cheerful Bear reference? Do you mean on the razor panel? I'll have to check that out. Might as well grab those cuffs. Oh. You take the trick handcuffs, expelling the PDA like a bullet. Oh, god damn it. Open up that package. From EB to EB from TG. You examine the package. It is from one of your internet chums. It's bound in packing tape, though. You'll need something sharp to open it. Ah, of course, the razor. It's all so simple, you wonder why you didn't. Get razor. Pick up package again. Let's take this from the top. Captcha log glass shards. You take 3 glass shards in quick succession and duck for cover. Your Silodex rains devastation on your room from above. And now that your cards are packed with glass, you probably don't want to do that again anytime soon. You should probably go get that stuff before you forget. Use the razor on the red package. You open the package. There is something suspicious inside. Something suspiciously dirty and smelly. It is a stuffed bunny, much like the one held hostage, briefly, by Malkovich's Cyrus the Virus while taunting hard luck protagonist Cameron Poe, and strikingly similar to the one scooped up from the soot of a burning Vegas strip by Cage's Poe and offered to his daughter, a gesture symbolic of a tattered exterior surrounding a heart of gold. Poe wasn't much to look at, but he was a good man. But no, it is not merely like that bunny. According to this note of authenticity, it is the very same bunny! Oh, this is so awesome. Check status of Spurb Beta. It looks like your computer is trying to get your attention. Look at monitor. Client has established connection with host. Press enter when ready. Check Pester Chum window. Tentacle therapist began pestering ectobiologist at 1708. It looks like you managed to retrieve the beta. Excellent. I'm going to try and connect. Whoa, okay, but I just got the most awesome present. The rabbit? So sweet. I've heard tales of this wretched creature often. Its Homeric legend is practically ensconced in the fold of my personal mythology by now. What? Why don't we focus on the matter at hand? Oh, the game. Okay. I don't really know how this works. What am I even looking at here? You are running the client application. I am running the server, so I am the host user. I have established a connection with you. This is sufficient for us to play the game. Oh, okay then. Why don't we get started? Press enter. Spurb. Mouse over the interface buttons. Select. Revise. Deploy. Fernalia Registry. Grist Cache. Explore Athenium. Alchemy Excursus. TT Select Magic Chest. TT, zoom out. TT, drop chest. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm just getting a feel for the controls. Is my magic chest on the roof now? Yes. Oh, I will try to be more careful next time. John, get the card. You find your missing stack fetch modus and quickly reapply it to your Sylladex. You can now opt for either the stack or queue modus at any time. You toggle between your fetch modi with gleeful abandon. It looks like your dad is leaving again for more baking supplies. You're relieved to have the house to yourself again, if only for a few minutes. You just hope he doesn't notice the magic chest on the roof. Or all the shit you threw out the window, for that matter. Select stuff in yard and move it back into room. Hey, do you think you could do me a favor? Can you grab all that stuff outside my broken window and bring it in for me? I'll give it a shot. Thanks. No luck. It appears to be out of range. I'm guessing it is too far away from you, the player. Oh. TT, select John. You cannot select a player. John abjures the meddlesome cursor. TT, select Bunny. TT, put the bunny back in the box. Ah, so happy. TT, revise room. TT, open Fernalia registry. TT, deploy totem lathe. John, examine totem lathe. You don't know what the heck this thing does, but it looks neat. TT, open grist cache. It seems expanding the dimensions of your room cost us some build grist, but deploying the lathe did not appear to incur any expense. It looks like certain objects are freebies, probably to help you set up the game. Wow, okay. What do they do? I think it's up to you to figure out. All I can do is drop stuff in your house and move it around, apparently. How do I move stuff around? It looks fun. I don't think you can as the client. You will need to install the server application. You should have received both in separate envelopes. I am running both on my computer right now. What? Did you get another envelope in the mail? No! Once you install the server and establish a connection, I'm sure you will be able to manipulate my environment in the same manner. Are you sure you didn't get it? Oh man, I think I might know where it is. Now that your room is bigger, why don't you move into the far corner? It will extend the range of the cursor, and I can reach the items. Which you threw out the window for some reason? Good idea. What have you been doing in here all afternoon, anyway? Ugh, I was fussing with my retarded Sylladex. Oh, I. Hmm. I was fussing with my stupid Sylladex. I swear I installed that. I'll have to make sure later. But I think I have it under control now. What modus do you use? I like to use trees. Oh no, that sounds so awkward. It's not exceptionally practical, but I think they are elegant. John, stand in the corner. TT, deploy Cruxtruder. Yeah, I have to make sure that it's installed correctly. It seems like it has replaced some of them, but obviously not that one. Deploy Alchemeter. Yeah, right? So at least the images worked. Why is the floor shaking? Are you dropping more stuff in my house? Yes, two more large gizmos. Sweet! What is with all these big contraptions? If I had to guess, they appear to facilitate a sort of system involving punch card based alchemy. Huh. To what end? I mean, what are we supposed to be doing in this game? That remains to be seen. Maybe you should go investigate? Yeah, the mod should work. After I'm done with this stream, I'm definitely going to see if I can debug it and go back to that page just to double check. They may have just missed one for all I know. It's over 8,000 pages after all. John, get PDA. Uh, yes, I am aware that at least some of the samples have definitely corrected Arachnid's grip stuff, so definitely in no spoilers mode, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. The following matters have been submitted in a frank and forthright manner for PipeFam 413's judicious appraisal. Grayslack 66, 1724. Decided to return home for fresh tie. Soiled tie will be laundered immediately upon return. Well-preserved attire, 1723. Use ballpoint pen to roll up tip of cloth. Extract pen. Press rolled cloth against ceramic surface, e.g. restroom sink. In future, consider repositioning hat hook and or coffee pot. Ah, this is in reverse direction. Grayslack 66. Need counsel on removing coffee from necktie. Incident occurred 45 seconds ago. Beverage essences rapidly settling into fabric. Too busy for this. 1722. Please elaborate on incident. Grayslack 66, 1722. Was posturing unevenly for hat on wall hook. To reach for hat on wall hook. Tip of the tie slipped into open mouth of pot. Duration of dunk approximately 3 seconds. Office Urchin 1280. Photographic documentation of incident? Well-preserved attire, 1723. Use ballpoint pen to roll up tip of cloth. Extract pen. Press rolled cloth against ceramic surface, e.g. restroom sink. In future, consider repositioning hat hook and or coffee pot. Grayslack 66. Decided to return home for fresh tie. Soiled tie will be laundered immediately upon return. You grab the PDA, switching back to stack modus so it is readily accessible. The interface is oddly sterile. No hilarious clown wallpapers or anything like that. Oops, you mean Harlequin wallpapers. The Serious Business application is open. It seems your dad uses it to keep tabs on various acquaintances. His fellow street performers, maybe? You guess the performing arts must be pretty serious business after all. Install Pastorchum. This should be useful. Now you can keep tabs on your chums while you wander around the house. Go out to balcony. Hey, I'm out on the balcony now. I am messaging from my dad's PDA. The one you threw into the yard? No, I am telling you. It jumped out of my Silodex like a frightened weasel. What were you doing with it in the first place? I am not sensing a lot of regard for the personal property of others. Is this how your pent-up frustration with your father manifests itself? What? No. Those were all accidents. Please take your psychobabblery elsewhere, miss. Your bathroom is a mess. Did you do that too? Oh, man. See, this isn't cool. All this snooping nonsense. There's a cake in the toilet. Yes, there is. I'm tempted to clean it up for you. Okay, if that will satisfy your weird OCD complex, then go ahead. My obsessive compulsive disorder complex? Can a disorder also be a complex? In your case, probably. Sounds complicated. Anyway, I'm going to have a look at this enormous platformy thing you put on the balcony. Examine alchemeter in a cautious manner. You have no idea what to do with this thing. You can't find any controls for it. Having exhausted all other possibilities, you decide to stand on it. This isn't very cautious of you, actually. Look through telescope. It is a clear, sunny day. Nothing out of the ordinary to report. At least not beyond the walls of your own home. TT, grab the soiled toilet. Whoops. Whoops, what? What was that noise? Is this something I should go investigate? No, I have it under control. You can keep playing with your telescope. John, investigate. Ah. I think I can patch it up. Just give me a little space. Why don't you go have a look at the cruxtruder? The what? The thing I put in your living room. John, hop down the hole. You jump down into the utility room. Get sledgehammer and card. You take the sledgehammer and the captcha log card, combine the two, and quickly apply it to your strife specibus. You think it's cool that things don't always have to be a federal fucking issue. It looks like another one of your chums is pestering you on your PDA. Answer chum. Garden Gnostic, Gigi, began pestering ectobiologist EB at 1725. John, did you get my package? Oh, hey. No, not yet. Darn. Are you sure? It was in a green box. Oh. Yes, but it is in my dad's car, and he is still out at the store. He should be back soon. Great. So, what are you up to today? I am up to my neck in this Spurb stuff. TT is making a royal mess of my house. LOL. What's Spurb? Oh, it is this game. It's okay, I guess. I'm still figuring it out. Whoa, what was that? What was what? There was a loud noise outside my house. It sounded like an explosion. Wow, really? I will go outside and look. Oh, man. All right, but be careful, okay? I will. Garden Gnostic ceased pestering ectobiologist at 1728. John, might as well check out the cruxtruder. Oh, hell no. You put this thing in the front of the door? There's a door there? Yeah? I didn't see it. I just thought it fit nicely into that groove. You mean you thought it was elegant? Okay, well, what do I do with this thing? Hello? What are you doing up there now? Oh, fuck. John, examine wheel on cruxtruder. When you turn the wheel, something seems to be pushing up from underneath the lid, but you aren't strong enough to make the lid come off. TT, put bathtub in driveway. On the tub's journey to the driveway, the connection is interrupted. John, scold TT. You can see me, right? Tell me what is wrong with this picture. Sorry, I keep losing the wireless signal. Must be the weather. I would look for a stronger signal in another part of the house, but I'd rather not risk an encounter with my mother. I've battled through her cloud of gin and derision more once already this evening. Yeah, I hear you. Yes. Cake, gestures, unfaltering love and support. Quite a road to hoe there. Though I suppose I'm complicit for not informing social services about your situation. I know! What about going outside? Maybe you could catch a neighbor's signal. That presents the same problem. Also, it's raining, remember? And dark. It's dark already? Yes, the sun has already had its way with us here on the East Coast. Its lurid glare has moved on to younger time zones. Okay. John, hit Crookshtruder with sledgehammer. Need some help? TT, pick up sledgehammer. What is this thing? And what is that clock counting down to? I've been looking at the game fact walkthroughs to figure some of this stuff out. Hold on while I read further. Okay. All of these walkthroughs are extremely short. None progress much further than this point. Weird. Well, I mean, I guess it is a new game. True. Now that the lid is off, you will need to extrude some cruxite. John, turn the wheel again. You extrude one cruxite dowel. I feel like we should be hurrying. That countdown is making me nervous. John? Oh, your PDA is trapped under the cruxite now, isn't it? Anyway, it looks like you are going to need this card too. TT, deploy pre-punch card. John, get card. A shard of glass is expelled from the deck and maims the Harlequin doll. John, captcha log fanciful Harlequins. You take 2 fanciful Harlequins. The additional useless freight pushes your PDA to the last card. You then switch to the Q modus so you can access the PDA. More glass shrapnel flies from the deck. This thing keeps following me around. I think it's trying to talk to me or something. That is probably the kernel sprite. It apparently needs to be prototyped. Twice, actually. Whatever the hell that means. These walkthroughs are horrendously written. Okay. Well, you are the one with the cursor, so just do whatever you think is the right thing to do. Also, fix my bathroom. Fateful moment. An actual forum submission changing the future of Homestuck. TT, drop maimed Harlequin into kernel sprite. Surely this will only go well. The kernel sprite has been prototyped with the Harlequin doll. And thus the universe was doomed. I still can't understand this thing's gobbledygook. That was only Tier 1 prototyping. There is still another tier to the prototyping process, which for all we know merely advances this entity through an increasingly esoteric states of linguistics. The clock is ticking. We don't have time for this asinine tomfoolery. This Unmitigated poppycock? Extravagant hogwash! Okay, stop. Stop typing whatever silly thing you're typing. I'm going upstairs to the big platformy thing. The alchemeter? Try to learn the lingo. John, use pre-punch card with the alchemeter. There is no slot for a card anywhere to be found on the alchemeter. The Colonel sprite followed you upstairs. TT, explore Athenium. Acquiring a Cruxite dowel seems to have populated the Athenium with one item, a perfectly generic object. John, Captcha-log telescope. You snatch the telescope from its tripod. Who knows? It might be useful. But more importantly, it pushes the Cruxite to the last card, making it available for tinkering. The PDA is predictably jettisoned into the yard, over the neighbor's fence. John, put Cruxite on weird pattern on alchemeter. You place the Cruxite dowel on the alchemeter's small pedestal. Something is happening. The sprite appears to be unhappy with it. You set the alchemeter to cast 3 perfectly generic objects for some reason, expending a total of 6 units of build grist. These things look completely useless. What a waste. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice there's something in the sky. Switch modus and use telescope to inspect sky. You switch back to the stack modus and get a closer look with your telescope. Whatever it is, the Colonel sprite seems particularly agitated about it. Uh-oh. You're no astronomer, but its trajectory looks suspiciously head-on with your current perspective. This is a troubling development. A high five, Colonel sprite. You figure you've left him hanging long enough. Attempt to ingest a unit of build grist. It is tempting because they strongly resemble rock and blue raspberry gushers. However, units of build grist are a gaming abstraction and do not seem to exist on the physical plane. There is apparently no crisis so imminent that will deter you from contemplating idiotic and frivolous actions. Your dad is getting home. John? What did you do with your PDA this time? I'm working on the bathroom, but we are running low on build grist. TT, revise bathroom. John, run to your room and contact TT through Pester Chum. 2 chums have been trying to message you. John, answer chums. I'm working on the bathroom, but we are currently running low on build grist. Oh man, who cares about the bathroom? Now there's a meteor headed for my house. I see. Do you suppose it has anything to do with the game? I don't know, maybe. What do I do? I think it's very likely. The walkthroughs vaguely suggest an impending threat before they end. The already poorly constructed sentences become even more curt and ambiguous, as if written hastily and with a sense of alarm. Actually, their dedication to updating the walkthrough under such circumstances is admirable. Wow, fascinating. Huh? If the meteor is a game construct, I think the only thing to do is to proceed and try to solve the dilemma on the game's terms. Try using the lathe. It says you can use the card on it, but isn't more specific than that. Okay, I'll do that. Really, it is a labor to read this drivel. If I have to read any more, my brain will need to be spoon-fed from a jar, while it blows spit bubbles in a high chair. I think I will write my own walkthrough. That is, after we make sure you don't die. Turntech Godhead began pestering ectobiologist at 1734. I heard you got the box. I hope you appreciate my heroic fatherly perseverance in getting it to you. In my rough and tumble, dirty, wife-beaterly sort of way. Also, I hope you appreciate how many no-talent douches had their mitts on that bunny before you. It's like a grubby baton in some huge douchebag marathon. Hey, where are you? Oh man, the bunny was awesome, but I don't have time to talk. I'm playing Spurb, and it's kind of a nightmare. TT is breaking everything in my house. Dude, I told you to steer clear of that game. And for that matter, you should probably wash your hands of flighty broads and their snarky horse shit altogether. And now there's a meteor coming, and I'm not even joking about that. It's like a big asteroid or comet or something, in the sky, heading right for my house. Oh man, how big is it? I don't know. Big, I guess. I gotta go. We'll talk later if I am still alive and if the Earth hasn't blown up. Like the size of Texas? Or just Rhode Island? They're always throwing around these geographical comparisons to give us a sense of scale, like it really means anything to us. But, like, it doesn't matter. It's always just like, wow, that's pretty fucking big. Like, Mr. President, there's a meteor coming, sir. Oh, yeah. How big is it? It's the size of Texas, sir. Oh, shit. Or, how big is it? It's the size of New York City, sir. Oh, shit. Sir, I'm afraid the comet is the size of your mom's dick. Oh, snap. Sir, are you familiar with Jupiter? You mean, like, the planet? Yeah. Well, it's that big, sir. That sounds pretty big. I have a question. Is it Jupiter? Yes, sir. Earth is literally under siege by planet fucking Jupiter. Oh, shit! Anyway, later. John, use pre-punch card on totem lathe. You slip the pre-punch card into a slot on the totem lathe. Above, the tool arm deploys a configuration of chisels. Now you just need something to lathe. John, take Cruxite to totem lathe. Cursing your lack of foresight, you return to the balcony for the Cruxite dowel you left on the pedestal. You navigate the hallway, leery of your dad, who is presently puzzling over the new fixture in his hallway. The perfect crime. You retrieved the Cruxite dowel. Dad just shrugs and heads back downstairs, presumably to do some more baking. If only he knew you were hard at work saving his ass. John, use Cruxite dowel on totem lathe. You clamp the Cruxite in the lathe. John, activate lathe. The lathe carves one totem. You take the totem. Alright, I used the lathe to make this blue shapey thing. Now I guess I need to take it back to the alchemixer again? Hello? Tentacle therapist is no longer connected. Connection lost. God damn it. A young lady stands in her bedroom. Due to a violent storm, her house has just lost power, along with her wireless internet connection. This has severed her link to a popular video game she was playing with a young man at a critical moment. That young man is relying on this young lady to reestablish a connection somehow. This young lady named... It's on the tip of your tongue. What was the name of this young lady again? Tentacle Freud? Enter name. Flighty Broad. No, that wasn't it. One more time. Rose Lalonde. Examine room. Your name is Rose. As was previously mentioned, you are without electricity, although your laptop computer still functions on battery power. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for rather obscure literature. You enjoy creative writing and are somewhat secretive about it. You have a fondness for the bestially strange and fictitious, and sometimes dabble in psychoanalysis. You also like to knit, and your room is a bit of a mess. And on occasion, if just the right one strikes your fancy, you like to play video games with your friends. What will you do? Rose, retrieve arms from the purple box. The purple package's contents are private. No one is allowed to look inside. Rose, writhe like a flagellum and puke on your bed. Ah, what a terrible idea. The thought alone makes you sick to your stomach. Rose, stroke writing journal and mutter, "My precious." You would only resort to such an embarrassing activity while no one was watching. These journals are for your eyes only. Rose, get violin. You captcha-log the violin, storing it as the root card of your Sylladex. Play a haunting refrain on the violin. You waste approximately 40 seconds playing the violin while your friend is still in peril. Nice time management skills there, sweetheart. John, tell Liv Tyler you love her before impact. Since your good-for-nothing friend is obviously not going to bail you out in time, you issue words of parting fondness to dear, sweet Liv Tyler. Oh, if only Affleck could have been the one to make the final sacrifice instead of her stubborn, blue-collar, salt-of-the-earth father. Then she would fall into your arms for consolation, and you would be the one to make the deceased Bruce Willis proud. Rose, captcha-log knitting supply bag. You get the knitting bag. It occupies the left leaf card under the violin, per the tree modus's alphabetical sorting method. K is less than V. Rose, look out the window. Your panoramic window offers a view of your yard below and the mausoleum housing your dead cat, Jaspers, who died when you were young. Your mum had the structure erected with the spirit of scornful irony in response to your youthfully innocent request to hold a funeral for the animal. At least, that is how you have come to interpret the gesture in retrospect. You can also make out a silhouette of the laboratory next door, a facility which likely broadcasts a strong wireless internet signal. You may be able to connect to the signal from a different part of the house. Perhaps if you seek higher ground? Rose, get laptop. You take your laptop and prepare to make the journey through the house. L is less than V. L is greater than K. This causes the tree to be unbalanced, so your Sylladex auto-balances itself. Now the laptop occupies the root card, while the other two items comprise the leaves. K is less than L. V is greater than L. Rose, examine book on desk. Grimoire for Summoning the Zoologically Dubious. This book is absolutely indispensable for enthusiasts of your ilk, of which there are very few. Take book. You take the grimoire. G is less than L. G is less than K. Rose, go explore the house. You leave your bedroom and witness a masterpiece. Oh, yes, exquisite. Hanging just next to your door in the hallway is a painting of an exquisite wizard. Your mother collects these awful things ironically. She must know how much you detest them, and there is no doubt in your mind she stores these dreadful things in the house to bother you. Down the hall to the right is the way to the observatory. Perhaps you will be able to connect from up there? Your mother's room is also in that direction. You will have to watch your step. Rose, tiptoe to observatory. You approach a juncture in the hallway. Beyond the juncture is the observatory. Sneak by. This door leads up to the observatory. You haven't ventured up there in some time. And who knows, maybe this door will be referenced later. Go through door. The door opens to an exterior walkway, leading to the observatory entrance. Yes, glorious wizards. The best wizards. You've seen less inclement weather before. Oh, the things you'll do to help out a friend. Hurry up to that observatory. Try to connect. You first put your laptop down on the floor to get it situated, but removing it from the root card causes all the branches and leaves to be severed. Your items are dumped unceremoniously on the floor. See what you can observe. You're in a hurry, sure, but that doesn't mean you can't take a moment to peek through the huge telescope. You find a gap in the clouds. It seems a flurry of smaller meteoroids is streaking steadily overhead. You're not sure what this means, but it is somewhat disconcerting. Stack laptop on grimoire to maximize elevation. You'll need every advantage you can get. Access laboratory Wi-Fi network. There are several signals being broadcasted from the laboratory. Oh, this one here? It is indeed a very pretty panel. Each of the signals is of relatively decent strength. One of them is mysteriously and quite conveniently unsecured, requiring no password. You select the signal and reconnect to the game with John. Oh, the meteor one is also quite pretty. Yes. I'm back. Hurry up and open my door. Not that it even matters. I'm probably dead no matter what. Patience. You still haven't used the new totem. What? I believe it will create the item on the punch card. So what is it, like an apple or something? What good would that even do? We'll see. I found no evidence that anyone has successfully created the item, and the content of the card appears to be variable from session to session. In one instance, it was described as an Aggie-looking thing. Do we have enough of these building jewels to make it? According to the Athenium, it is a free item. This speaks to its importance in my view. Now, off you go. Remove the door from hinges. There goes the rest of your build grist. Put bathtub back. Probably should have just done this in the first place. John, take totem to alchemeter. Gotta get those stupid blocks out of the way first. The Colonel sprite is getting awfully worked up about all this. Rose, remove blocks. You store the perfectly generic objects in your Fernalia registry, potentially to be deployed at a later time. John, take bite of apple. End of Act 1. Okay, that's where I'm going to call it on this stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing up. Feel free to follow if you'd like to keep up with my streams. I'm going to be hosting another one this Saturday. I'm hoping to get a regular schedule on Saturdays going. Oh, hi, Mira. I didn't notice you had joined. Thanks for coming. And indeed, thank you for showing up to the stream, everyone. Well, I hope to see you all on Saturday. I'm going to start streaming at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So look forward to it. We'll be doing Act 2 at the time. Might be able to get through all of Act 2 in one sitting, the same way we did all of Act 1. So thank you. Have a great night, and I'll see you later.